All right. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another one shot made by Tony, our lovely GM here. Tony, are you there?
I am. Good afternoon, Paul. How's it going?
Good. I'm having technical issues with XSplit, so I'm just making sure everything is working now.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a little bit of a hiccup with Discord on my end there for a second, so I was like, are we going?
Beautiful. Yeah. I don't know what the hell's going on, but never mind that. It's Tabletop Sunday, so we're going to be doing a little bit of D&D today. So, how are you feeling? You feeling good?
It's been a while since we've done anything with 4E, and I'm very excited to get back to it. I know we had wanted to do something a lot more regularly with Tabletop Sundays, but shit has been so out of control lately for the pair of us. It's really kind of been out of our control to play it, but I'm glad things have kind of stabilized a little bit now, which means you might be seeing some more regular content coming in the future.
Yeah.
So,
Hopefully. I mean,
hopefully. Well, let's put it this way.
barring catastrophes.
Right, barring catastrophes like we had over the last couple of months pop up for us, but I can tell you, and it will be something that will be shared at the end of this one shot, we do have plans moving forward for the rest of Yalaton, which will take us through the duration of 2016.
Yes.
But
That's
that is
the
something that
theory.
we will be discussing at the end of the one shot campaign today.
Yeah. So, let's check in. Who do we got for players today? What are we doing?
Well, today's one shot is one that's been in the works for a while. In fact, we actually were originally going to run it a couple of months ago, but we kind of had, like I mentioned earlier, we had the crazy stuff come up. But today we have our one shot, and we're running it with a three-man campaign. The one shot is called Trespassers. Joining us today, we have the character Audie, who is a Deva Invoker, and she'll be played by Secret Fury.
Hi.
Hello. So Fury will be joining us today as one of our three players. Our second player is going to be playing the Minotaur Paladin, Tamis Carnhoof, and it is Tayman.
Hey everybody, what's up?
Not too much. I'm excited to get rolling with this after the lengthy delays. I really wanted to get back to this sooner, but life, all that jazz, stuff like that. Last but definitely not least, we have the last second hero joining us today, and he'll be playing Kongol the Goliath Barbarian.
Yo.
Hey, I saved you for last. You were the last second hero.
This is
I'm
the
always the
last
last
second hero, and welcome
Yes.
to Dungeons and Dragons.
So those are going to be our three players for today. Our campaign is called Trespassers, which, if the chat is ready and our players are ready, we'll go ahead and begin. Are you
I'm
ready?
ready.
I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready.
You, Chris Angel gift. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay.
Yes.
We're going to go ahead and get started. So this is called Trespassers. Our three adventurers are a trio who were exiled from their home unjustly. Those who bore false witness against them were the same ones who sought their banishment, and succeed. Well, they did. Our players have wandered the plains for a couple of months, hoping to find something that would disprove them, and if not, at least a new place to call home. At this present time, you're being cared for in a village known as Karavitz, but you're still not entirely certain how you got here, because the last thing that you all remember, before waking up in the caretaker's wing, is that all three of you had collapsed in a cave. Starving, wounded, and sick, the three of you found the nearby shelter for the night during a particularly vicious storm. When you first woke up, you were being attended to by a group of clerics offering you food, medicine, and clean clothes to change into. The room was warm, comfortable, but it was still unfamiliar. It has now been 2 weeks since you've been taken in, and Cleric Maris, one of the two leaders of the town, has come to speak with you regarding your condition. The village's kindness is something you guys haven't seen in months, and the community has taken quite warmly to your presence.
Wait, guys, are we sure we're in the right place? They're being too nice to us.
It's the light of Erithus, my dear. It's the light.
All I care is that I've been able to eat.
I'm afraid
So-
that we're being set up.
So as you guys are kind of talking, Maris kind of walks in and she kind of sits down at one of the stools that are kind of over at one of the beds, and she kind of asks you guys, well, how are you all feeling?
Right as rain.
I'm okay.
A little hungry.
You're always
Fair
hungry.
enough. I figured I would come speak to you before dinner anyways, because there was something I did want to speak with you about.
Continue.
She says, "Don't be alarmed. It's nothing major. But there have been talks among the townspeople that you have been considering a departure. I kind of wanted to come in here and I wanted to see what you all were thinking at this point, because I know that your wounds are still not fully healed. You're far better than when we found you that night, but you're still not 100%. What are your thoughts?"
Well, I was going to protect this village for a while. It is a beacon of civilization in an otherwise depressing landscape.
I don't know. I'm just very confused right now. I'm sorry. It's
She
just
kind of sagely nods her head, and she asks you to continue.
it's just kindness has been something that we haven't really been accustomed to for the last couple of months.
She kind of curiously tilts her head and she kind of asks, "Why has kindness been so hard for any of you to find? I don't see why it would be. You're all very good souls. Who would do something
Liars
like
and
this?"
thieves. Isn't that how it always goes?
She kind of narrows her eyes and kind of sighs a little bit and says, "It is always the people who do not deserve it that bad fate befalls, unfortunately, in this earth anymore."
Yeah, it happens.
Congo kind of deserved it. Just to be honest.
Come on, let's not get into this again.
I did not deserve it.
You
That
ate
food was
all
rightfully
the
mine.
food.
That's why we usually have dinner first. Jeez.
I'd already
Maris-
claimed the first pour. You were to split the second.
Maris kind of chuckles a little bit and she says, "So you," and she looks over at Tamis and says, "You had intended to stay to protect the village for a while, you had said?"
It is part of the duty of my order to protect any small village that is in the middle of a wild.
She kind of nods her head and she then kind of looks over to Adi and Kongol and says, "I take it then that you shall stay with him?"
We're friends.
I will not abandon my friends or my food.
You're feeding him. He's gonna stay.
As
She
long as
kinda-
he has food, it'll be okay.
She smiles and she says, "Well, I'm glad that you've considered at least to stay for at least a short respite, at least until your wounds have healed. You see, our clerics, while they are good, many of them are still young and have not necessarily experienced the hardship of loss within travel, and I fear it would negatively impact them severely if they let someone like you go in the condition you're in and something were to happen with you. They would feel deathly responsible, and I fear they wouldn't be able to live it down."
If we go, it would not be their fault.
Would probably
Yeah,
be
but he'll
fine.
complain about the lack of food.
Even at a feast, there is a lack of food.
She smiles and she says, "We'll see to it with the food. The harvests have been a little bit rough as of late, but we get by with what we can. But I am glad to hear that you are willing to stay at least for a little while longer. The village has taken incredibly well to your presence. They enjoy you being here and they feel safe with you here. So they've asked me to at least extend to you an invitation to stay here permanently if you should so wish to. You don't need to make that decision tonight, but I encourage you to think it over. So I entreat you to think about that. I will have the other clerics bring in your meals shortly.
Thank you.
Thank
Your
you very much.
kindness is not well deserved.
Maris kind of walks out of the room. The other clerics kind of show up, and they drop off your food. I mean, it's basically it would be considered a standard meal. It's not anything particularly exotic, but you certainly had worse over the last or before you arrived here. That's for sure.
Congo, do you want my peas? You know I hate peas.
Peas make one strong.
Compared to you guys, I think that they serve me a little bit too much food.
Okay, well, I will have your meat and Congo will have your peas. It will
But what if I eat until I'm full, and then you guys can have the rest?
I will agree to these terms, for I shall not be kicked out again.
these are pretty good terms, I think.
Good, because I don't want to be left without food again.
One time. It was one time and it was all Congo's fault.
It was twice.
Okay, that second time might have been my fault.
Anyway.
The first time was not my fault. I told you to split the boar.
We should talk about staying here. They've been very kind to us.
As I said, a beacon of Erithus' light in a wasteland.
At the very least, we should repay their kindness.
Yeah.
Well, we don't have much. We don't have much to repay them with.
Protection.
That was my general plan.
They also said their food supplies were short.
That's
If their
true.
food supplies are short, we could hunt for them.
We could also help at the farms.
But you're the only one really good at hunting here, so.
Yeah, and the problem is you eat your hunt.
Then you gut it and you just eat it on the spot. It's kind of disconcerting sometimes.
I make fire.
I know.
Oh,
I taught you how to last week. Remember?
Oh my god.
I will
Yes.
restrain and I will bring back food.
Guys. So we're staying here until we repay them for what they have done for us.
Exactly. Seems like a perfectly good trade to me.
I am
Alright.
tired of laying in bed, though. We should do something.
Well, it is about, by the time you guys have finished with your dinner and your conversation, it is about 8 o'clock at night, so it's kind of dark out. So at this point, perhaps, the clerics have come in and collected your trays and have encouraged you to get some more rest, and perhaps in the coming days, the city will be able to ask you for some assistance.
Perhaps.
Perhaps, hopefully. I'll feel really bad if they don't.
Yeah.
I will keep the first watch.
Alright, so
We're in a very
preview
comfortable
then.
room, but we don't need to keep watch, Congo. I told you this.
Congo, I think that they're already watching over for us while we heal.
Then I shall watch over for them in case something happens.
Oh yeah, since you're not particularly familiar with the layout of how this goes, you guys have been kind of out and about from the room a little bit. The way that everything is set up, it's a little bit different than a traditional town in that the way that it works is that you guys are kind of on the southern subset of the town, and there's a larger area in there known as the Centralius Market. And the Centralius Market is a small little area that takes up a center section. On the left-hand side of it is the Caretaker's Wing, and that's where you guys are. And on the right side is the Guardsman Wing.
Okay.
So the guards are actually fairly close to you guys in the event that there's an actual incident that happens. They have the ability to basically like if they dispatch out from where they are, they go to Centralius, and then they can immediately pour out into the city or go straight to you guys. So guards are never far from your beck and call if you ever need them.
Just Gongo, the guards are right across the market. They're all nice. You remember Jim? Jim was a nice guy.
But what if the guards need protection?
Jim was a very nice guy. She says as she looks in the distance. I mean, Tamas, I remember you had cards. We could play cards. I mean, unless you guys are tired. We've spent so much time sleeping.
I mean, I'm up for a game of Texas Hold'em.
Yeah.
Okay, so who's in on this?
Congo, do you remember how to play?
I will play. I have good poker face.
Yes, you do, buddy.
Oh, Congo. You're so sweet.
Okay, so we're going to be playing Tejas Hold'em. That's the name of the card game, right?
Yes.
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 Okay.
And draw 2 cards.
Oh,
What do
I
I
dealt
do?
to you guys. Hold on. Tay and Secret and Fury, you have 4. So return 2.
How do I return cards? Like that. Okay.
Yeah, I need to return
No.
1 more.
I'm trying. There. Why is
Actually,
it
I have
not
an
working?
idea. Hang on, I have an idea. I can do it like this.
Okay.
So I'm not sure how to do it.
Oh, this is weird.
Can I return card?
There, I'll just
Okay.
recall all. I'll deal to you.
Okay.
This may have been a bad idea.
No, it's okay.
This is the best of ideas. Okay.
Right.
I
I bet 3 little stobs of wood.
I bet all the peas that I have.
I will. Congo.
I will bet steak.
I will see Fury's or I'll see Adi's peas.
Okay.
I'll stay. I don't know if steak is worth more than peas. Peas are nutritionists. Nutritionists? I've been sleeping too much. Nutritious.
Steak has protein.
Yes, sweetie, it does.
I
Okay,
will
there's your
raise
3.
turkey leg.
I fold. I mean, I'm just no.
Congle is all in.
Okay. I'm gonna call.
Okay, so we have all ends.
You can do it, Congo. I believe in you. Plus, someone has to kick Tamas down a notch because he usually wins. That's so annoying. Him and his luck.
It's not luck. It's skill.
This is a luck-based game, sweetie.
Okay. Everything's out on the table. So what are we seeing?
I fold.
Congle has pair 6.
You did it, Congo.
And a queen of the 7.
I had a 9 and a 2.
Ah, you were one off from a straight there. Wow.
Yep.
I also had queen though.
Wait, you had a 9, Fury?
Yeah.
Ah, you were one off from a straight as well. Oh my gosh.
Yep.
All right, one more.
Sure.
One more.
I'm not losing more food to Congo. Okay, one more game.
Yes. I mean, I only have peas with me because everything I've given Congo the rest of my food. That's why.
Before the next hand gets dealt out, there's a soft knock at the door, and Maris kind of peeks in. Is everything okay?
I just got beaten by Congo.
Congo
We're-
have
we're-
good poker face.
She kind of looks over the shoulder and she sees the cards scattered on the table, and she smiles and says, "One more hand, then I insist you get some rest." And she closes the door.
She's so nice to us.
I gotta get my stuff back. That was half my food.
I don't know. I only had peas because
If I dealt a Joker, please say something, because Jokers are in this deck and I don't know how to take them out.
okay. I bet 3 peas.
I
I will agree to 3 Ps.
I will also go 3 Ps.
Okay.
I bet the fact that you're infidels.
Sweetie, let's not get in religion, please. We're playing a game, having fun.
Congo don't believe in God. God believe in Congo.
I check.
I also check.
I raise you 3 more Ps.
Fine. I'll call.
I shall call. I have bunch of Ps.
All right.
Am I
Let's
the
see
only one
what
that
comes
eats peas
next.
here?
Well, Congo eats peas after a fashion.
What say you?
I'll raise
Call.
2 peas for a total of, I think it's 9 peas. No, 8 peas.
8 Ps sounds good to Congo.
Tamas?
I'll meet you there. 8 Ps.
Okay.
Congo fold. You can keep your damn Ps.
I raise 2 more peas.
This is 2 P rich from my blood. I fold.
Okay, good. I win.
What did she have?
I had a 9 and a queen.
Paired queen, okay.
I had a 10 and a 6.
Wow, you had nothing.
I had 2 hearts, but didn't get a third.
Oh,
Oh.
she almost had the flush. Okay, well, that was it on that hand. As Maris said, y'all should probably get some rest.
Yeah, we should probably sleep. We want to be ready for tomorrow in case something happens.
Hope something happens. Silently prays to Erithus.
Alright, so the three of you go to sleep, and the next couple of days pass, and they're relatively uneventful until, like the next day itself, really nothing much happens. It's the following night after you have, so 2 nights after you've had the conversation with Maris. You're kind of resting in your beds comfortably. This is after the fact that you guys have had dinner, so it's a little bit later at night. But all of a sudden, a commotion just breaks out in the market. What do you choose to do?
I hold back
Well.
Kongal with my little figure, trying to get him to not rush into the mess.
They need
Kongal,
our
we need
help.
to think about what we're gonna do.
Kongal gonna smash.
Well, obviously, we have weapons. There's a disturbance. We go check disturbance with weapons, and then teach them about Erithus. With
For
our
once,
weapons.
Kongal agrees with Bullman.
Can we teach them about Ione?
No, Ione is sissy god.
Oh my god. Fine, before we get into this mess, I'll just say Ione is not Sissy God. He is amazing. But let's go.
Can I see a religion check to see if she proves that?
I mean, sure. Religion check from Audie then, so that's gonna be 1d20 plus 10 for you.
Roll 1d20 plus, if I can type this, plus 10.
I
Wow.
can see the point.
25.
The light of her faith shines upon her radiantly.
Will you disagree with me?
I will concede the argument and wait till later to bring it up again.
Alright, so you guys decide to leave your room and head outside to the market?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, so the three of you kind of rush out of your room, and as you kind of do, like, you guys are kind of slightly shoved to the side, as, like, while you're doing this, you can see a group of clerics bringing in a couple of soldiers, and they're actually being tailed by a medic who you guys have gotten to know over the last week. His name is Eugene.
Okay.
What is going on?
Eugene, buddy, what's up, man?
Eugene quickly explains that there were a trio of guards that were viciously assaulted by a pack of marauders from a nearby village. The guards dispatched them, and 2 of the men need immediate medical attention. And the marauders, they have been dispatched, so there's not much that you can do to help out the medics tonight, except just to kind of, like, stay out of their way. Because the 2 that were injured are in, like, really, really bad shape.
Right, getting out of Eugene's way.
Are you sure we can't do anything?
He says, unless you have field medical experience, I doubt you're going to be of much use out here.
I know how to perform amputations.
He
I
kind
don't
of
think
looks.
that's what they meant.
He kind of looks grimly at Tamis and says, I don't think you can amputate a torso wound. One of them was stabbed in the gut.
You'd be surprised.
Tamis, just... I shake my head and just, just look over at Tamis, kind of like, I can't believe he's saying this.
Okay, so maybe it was a bad idea, but it's all I can do.
Eugene kind of steps over and he says, look, I really do appreciate it, and honestly, if I could find a way to have you guys help, I could. But the village is a little bit on the high-strung side right now. Cladaus is not really happy about this. Maris is completely bewildered because she's being pressed into duty. some of these young guys they've never really done things like this before, haven't really seen. These guys were savage. They really had a jump on them. And you can kind of tell they had a little bit of a jump because you can kind of see like what looks like someone attempted to maybe slash Eugene's face. Like you can see kind of like a fresh scar kind of going across his left eye. Like he says, they came after me and I'm personally fine, but I'm a lot more worried about the two guards. They took a really nasty beating back there.
Heathens that seek to destroy all that Erithus has wrought.
What if we stand
Did they
guard
pay-
to protect?
Did they perish violently?
He says the guards are on full alert and have been rotating shifts for the better part of the last few hours. If in the event that they will need somebody, it might be in the morning when we'll know more about what's going on. So for now, I suggest resting up. If they need you, they will call upon you, though. I will
We'll
be
be ready.
sure of this. I will alert Cladaus to your willingness to serve.
My axe is ready.
I will hone my sword tonight, religiously.
I'm gonna pray to Ion to give us strength. Especially for you, Tamas.
I will pray to Erithus
So,
that none of you
as
will go to hell.
Oh my god. So as Eugene walks away, he kind of beckons you guys back to your rooms as he starts heading off towards the guardsman wing to kind of give Cladaus a situational update. So he beckons you back to your rooms for the time being.
I guess
Alright.
we should go back.
Well, seems like we can't do much today. Congo, did you eat your peas?
Congo ate all the peas.
Good boy.
I'm slightly intimidated by you two sometimes.
Why? Because we're gigantic blade-slinging madmen that just happen to be only held back by your voice of reason?
Pretty much.
Congo is one of the shortest of his race. He is only 7'1".
Yeah.
I always love that I'm taller than you, buddy. It's always a good story to tell over drinks.
But you're not taller than my axe.
But my sword is, my boy. But my sword is.
Guys, let's not get into this right now. We should rest.
He
because-
always starts this with me.
I know, but we should rest because they might need our help tomorrow morning.
Congo will help in the morning whether they want it or not.
Erithus commands that I protect civilization.
Oh my god.
Your god
But
is not
mine.
mine.
Oh, we should sleep. We should rest up.
Also, has the snoring been a problem? I've been meaning to ask.
I fall asleep almost immediately. So I don't know. Coco's already asleep. We should sleep now, guys. We should sleep.
Fine. Let me snuggle.
Oh.
All right, so the three of you take rest, and early in the morning, probably at about 6-ish or so, you are woken by a knock at the door. Eugene kind of peers in and he says, "Are you awake?"
Hello.
Of course we're awake. Drop the sword.
What
Come at
can
me.
we do?
Congo, wake up. Good.
So Eugene kind of peers in and he says, right now the town guards are preparing to have a meeting near the center of town. They don't want you to stand guard quite yet, but they want you to be present for the meeting so that way you can get a sense of what happened last night.
Okay. Let's go then.
Part of civilization's holy rites, of course.
He says
He
the
talked
meeting
too
is
much, let's
happening.
go.
He says the meeting is happening over in the Oro Tavern.
And we get drinks.
No, we don't. Not
That's
yet.
part of the light of civilization.
Not yet. Calm down.
So, for the first
He never lets
time
me drink.
that you can fairly well remember since you guys have actually been in the city, you kind of get the opportunity to explore outside of where you guys have been staying, and Eugene kind of walks you outside of Centralius and points you over in the direction of the tavern, which is over here.
Oh, look
Okay.
at its pretty roof.
Do we have to go to the tavern? Or can we go?
They
mean-
are expecting you. There's a couple of guards outside that are motioning for you to come on in.
All right. One ale. That's all I ask.
No. After the
Dang
meeting.
it. Okay.
And that is if they don't need our help.
So you guys walk into the tavern, and you're pretty much like what you find is it's very kind of just put together. Like there's like about half a dozen tables, some bales of hay to sit on. The floor is made of a little bit of coarser straw, so there's really nothing hard around the place except for the counter, which the tavern master is at. But that's about it. But as of right now, there's probably about another 20 to 25 guards stationed in the building, just kind of milling about. And as he's kind of looking around, Claudaus, the captain of the guards, is standing up there, and he's on one side. He has Eugene standing there as kind of like the person who's been going back and forth between everybody, and then on the other side of him, Maris is kind of standing there as she's been overseeing through the night. So if you want to think of it a little bit anachronistically, I guess you could consider, Claudaus the captain of the guard, Maris the medic, and then Eugene has been more or less acting as like the informations person, going back and forth between the two, right? As of right now. He's still a medic that works for Maris, but he's been the one who's been going back and forth between the two since he witnessed the attack.
A liaison of sorts.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
Um,
barkeep, can I get an ale?
No,
So-
not yet.
Claudaus kind of hefts his greatsword from his back and kind of plants it in front of him, haft on the ground. And he basically says, "I call this to order." And
Guy
all
has
the
good-
soldiers kind of like straighten up and just have their eyes just locked on Claudaus.
Guy has good taste in swords there. Nicer than mine.
He kind of looks around the room and he says, "Good morning. As many of you are aware, but some of you are not fully, last night we were attacked by a pack of marauders. There were only 3 individuals involved in the attack, but they were successfully subdued by some of our loyal guardsmen. One of them, however, was wounded in the attack, and 2 were in critical condition. The one who was wounded ended up heading home to his family that evening. He is currently being asked to rest, but he will recover from his wounds. It was merely a dislocated shoulder that he sustained when marauders vaulted over the gates and landed directly on him. The other 2 guards that were sent to stop him sustained significant injuries, one of which sustaining several stab wounds to the body, and the other one sustaining a knife wound in the back. Maris and her clerics have been overseeing these gentlemen for the better part of the night, as has Eugene, and this morning they do have an update for us." And Claudaus kind of steps back, and Maris kind of like walks in front of him and explains, they did the best that they could given their fields of knowledge and the injuries that the men sustained, but unfortunately, both of the soldiers passed away last night, despite their best efforts to keep them alive, which would explain why the room next door to you was so just deathly quiet this morning.
Mm.
Those poor souls.
So the soldiers all kind of bow their heads in memoriam to their fallen comrades. But she says, I want it to be clear that my people did everything they could to have saved them, but their injuries were significantly more than we were hoping with. It's clear to us that these marauders we're not sure if they were specifically targeting us or not. But that's not information that I have. That's something that perhaps Claudaus can speak more clearly to. And so she kind of steps to the side, and Claudaus steps forward and says, from what we had heard, the guard who was injured at the post and survived, he did say that he overheard one of the men saying, well, if we don't succeed tonight, don't worry. There'll be more behind us. Trust me.
Oh God.
More infidels to kill.
Therefore, the guards are all being asked to be on high alert. They are encouraged to be as vigilant as possible throughout the city. I am asking today that everyone in this room be on their guard. If they see something suspicious, they do need to report it immediately. We do not know the nature of this attack, but if there were only 3 of them last night, and they're saying that more are coming, we have no idea if it'll be another 3, if it'll be another 30, what they intend to do. All that we know is that the man said that there were more coming, and that they had intended to attempt to take this village and turn it into their home.
Guys,
Ari, I have a plan.
you always have a plan, but please.
Find infidels. Some stuff happens. Infidels die.
My axe is ready.
I
Kong goes with the plan.
I sigh and then look towards Claudaus and then swoon a little bit more, and then I'm like, nope. Back into helping them.
That was the plan.
Okay. So Eugene doesn't necessarily kind of you swooning over Claudaus. That was what that roll was for, by the way.
Okay.
Kind of old for you.
Old. Maybe I'm old for him.
I pledge my assistance to your cause.
Oh my God.
Claudaus looks up
You should
and
be.
he says, as much as I'm I'm not particularly too keen on asking some of our newest visitors in town to help us. Do remember that when they were rescued before, we did have to calm them both down since they did seem to be fiercely protective of their own. They've pledged their allegiance to this city, so perhaps their presence will be more of an intimidation to the attackers.
That's
Yeah,
what
we'll help.
That's
We'll
what the
help.
huge minotaur with the sword's for. To protect the light of Erithus.
I'll
So-
follow the teachings of Ian, and I'll help you guys.
I will repay our debt.
He's a bit of a heathen. Forgive him.
Claudaus
Shut
kind of
up.
nods his head, and he kind of asks the guards. He basically has everybody, he says, I, as well as Maris and Eugene, will have an additional meeting to discuss our next move. At this point, I would like the soldiers to, start dispatching out across the city. He kind of notes, and he basically says, I'll give you guys a little bit of time to get your ideas and your guard watch set up, but I expect to see everybody out on the streets within a half an hour.
Guys, I have a problem.
What?
I think I have feelings for Maris, too.
Okay.
I will need 2 brews to go. I must be on the side of the street in 30 minutes.
Oh my God.
Make that 3!
He's right. I should take 3.
Guys, we don't need
One was for
you
me.
guys drunk. We don't need to be drunk. We need to be alert.
I can have 1 and be okay. I can still walk the street. No guardsman will arrest me.
The side shuffle out, Tony. So good.
Thank you. So the 3 of them leave, and you guys, as they've kind of said, like, you kind of have a half an hour to get an idea of where you want to patrol, where everybody's going to be, kind of do whatever you want at this point. So we'll go ahead and we'll have
One
you guys jump up to the
each.
front.
One
One
each.
each.
No
Okay.
more.
I will have 1 for each of my comrades, including myself. That is 3.
I will follow that logic.
Do you have water?
He kind of nods his head, and he does. He pours you a water, and then proceeds to pour 6, and distributes them evenly between Kongol and
Also,
Tamus.
the diva is paying.
How am I paying? I only have peas.
He says, "No one is paying. You're with the guards. It's fine."
Oh, thank you.
Good.
I appreciate it. I shall now go stand watch.
I'm going to chug. Then
So,
stand
I was about to say, before, do you say this before, after you take your drinks? Are you taking your drinks with you, or?
I
I
They're
just
take
coming
my
gotta
with-
drink.
chug all 3 and then start walking out.
He kind of notices Kongol carrying the drink out of the establishment. He says, "Whoa, whoa, whoa! Local law. I can't have you leave here with those drinks."
Congo.
I shall chug them all then. Thank you for your kindness.
I told you it was a good idea to chug all 3 of them.
Oh my god,
Attaboy.
guys.
This
so
is
you all
gonna
take
be awesome.
and you kind of meet up with some soldiers who then kind of explain, most of the people are kind of scattered throughout the city. So probably the best areas to be kind of hanging around will probably end up being the northwestern section, which is just a little bit above the actual gates to the city, and seeing if the locals there have seen anything, or if they need help with anything, or that sort of business. So they kind of dispatch you out to that area.
All right. Congo,
So-
stop. You need to stop staggering so much. As I almost fall.
Oh my god.
That was some good ale, wasn't it, buddy?
Congo can still jump all of these tables.
Oh. Oh my god.
Alright, so you guys decide then to head out to the northwestern section of the city?
Let's go. Let's
Let's
go, guys.
go.
Okay, so while
Oh.
you guys are going to go ahead and start making your way out there, that is where we are going to take our first 5-minute break.
Okay.
All right.
So thank you everybody for watching. We'll be back in about 5 minutes or so, but for now we're going on break. So thank you guys for watching. We'll be back shortly.
Yay.